Greetings and welcome to MelVee Video Productions. I'm your host for this week, Lambi. Very excited to be bringing you this marriage seminar that we're calling Broken But Blessed. This morning we decided to spice up things a little bit and invite some of our friends from across the border in Zimbabwe. I've got Pastor and Mrs. Moyo. Greetings and welcome.
Thank you.
Hello,
very
thank
much.
you.
Yes, beautiful to see you today in South Africa. And you guys are pastoring Harare City Central Church, right?
Harare City Center Church.
Harare City Center Church.
Yes.
Greetings and welcome.
Thank you.
I know you're on
very much.
holiday, it's honeymoon for you guys, but for you to stop by and see us, it's really a privilege and an honor. Yes, so to our friends out there, you know we're running this seminar, Broken But Blessed. We're really going to just focus perhaps on the blessed for this moment. I've got a blessed couple with me today, and it's nice to have you too. Nyary, welcome.
Thank you
I
very
saw
much.
your clip and I was very excited. Come hang out with us. That was beautiful. Yes, and the drum roll, say.
Oh man, I was trying. It was my first time on that set, so hey, it was tricky.
Yes. So you guys recently got married. Tell us a little bit about your background and who you are as an individual or as a couple. Tell us a little bit more. Maybe
We've
let me
been
put in
married
Nyary.
for 243 days to be precise.
My goodness.
Yes.
Why have you kept it to the days?
The accuracy. It has a lot to share with the happiness that has been ongoing, I think.
You know, actually, one of my friends said, don't celebrate your marriage by years, because it can change in a matter of a second, and things can go wrong. So count the days. It's very important. So you've been married for 243? 43. So
Yes.
today is the 43rd
Today is
day.
the 43rd day.
My goodness.
Every day counts.
How has it been behaving?
It's amazing.
Amazing.
Yes.
Good. So Brian,
Yes.
maybe tell us about how you guys started this relationship and how did it start?
Oh man, it's an interesting walk. It's an interesting walk that at times when we share it with other people, they don't want to believe it.
All right.
But I think ours was God planned and initiated.
Yeah.
I remember some years back, I was invited to Harare City Center, where I'm currently working now.
Yes.
Just to go and give, they were launching a program, I think it was on the 30th of January.
Okay.
In 2016. Is it?
16. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
in
about 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago, in
All right.
2016.
Yeah.
And by the time when I went there, a friend of mine who is a pastor had already been to Harare City Center Church about 2 years back.
Wow.
When he went there,
Yeah.
he tells me, when he got back to school, when we were still at college at Solis University, when he got back, he says to me, my young man, you know what, I was in Harare at a camp meeting and I found a wife for you.
Wow.
But what I'm not going to do is, I'm not going to tell you her name.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you where she is. But if, she's meant to be yours, you will one day meet her.
Wow.
So that had to happen.
And he didn't tell you who the name was, which church, where?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you then find her?
When I was then posted for attachment at Mount Pleasant Church in Harare in 2016, I was invited by Harare City Center Church.
All right.
For, I'll jump the 30th of January because I didn't see her. The church is too big.
Yeah.
She will say what she saw that day and whatever she said.
Oh, she was there when you came to City
When I came to City Center on the 30th of January. All right. But following that event, where I set eyes on her, was the youth department then invited me for an all-night prayer.
Yes.
And at that all-night prayer, you did something there, right? Yeah, I think she did was it some poetry or what? And then they obviously get to introduce themselves as young people.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. I was stricken at that instance, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go for this.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So Nyary, he comes to City Church. That's where you were fellowshipping.
Yes.
What happened? And now,
So he
tell
comes
us.
to City Center wearing this dodgy looking jacket. Preaching. So I was sitting in the audience with my friends. So we're sitting there and this guy is preaching. So I tell my friend that, guys, that's my husband.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So after church, I didn't get a chance to speak to him. But so with my friends, I just told them that, guys, that's my husband.
Wow. But what happened actually for you to think this is him?
I mean, that's
What did the guy
that's
who
some
talked?
serious witchcraft.
Did the guy who spoke to him also come to you in some way?
He didn't. He
Really?
did not mention anything to me to say I've got a husband for you or anything.
Wow.
I just saw him preaching. I think I liked his style of preaching
Yes.
or whatever. So I just said, that's the man I'm going to marry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then how? So you went to the all night. This
So I
is
went to
after
the
you came,
all
yeah.
night. Yeah. When I went to the all night, I thought I heard him say that he's getting married. So I like, I'm not going to get married to him. So I came back to South Africa and I left this guy who was going to be my husband. Now he's marrying someone else.
Oh, too bad. Now, so there you are. I need you to tell me. You didn't court her and ask her out on that all-night prayer. So how did you actually get to ask her out to be your girlfriend?
Well, we spent for over about three to 4 months. Well, she initially invited me over for lunch.
Okay.
And I didn't accept the invitation.
Why?
Why? Because one of the personal ministries directors at Mount Pleasant Church, when I arrived, he approached me and said, Pastor, I've been dating some young lady for 8 years now. And I want you to pray for me. I should be paying Lobola in April.
All right.
So I said to myself, well, it's fine. So I started praying for that because, that's what I'm
That's
called
what
to
you're
do.
called- yeah,
Yes. So to my surprise, the young lady that he is always with happens to be Nyary. And that killed it all for me. So the reason why I couldn't accept the lunch invitation was because I thought she's the lady that I'm busy praying for in my closet to be, to be loboloed in that era. So I thought to myself, you know what?
That's it.
I'm a pastor.
Yeah.
I'm not going to engage in this.
Wow. Now, I want to tell my young girls out there, please don't hang out with boys that are not your girlfriend or your boyfriends. The pastor thought that she was already engaged. So how did you then discover she's not?
The pastorate team from Solusi University
Yeah.
was supposed to come over to Mount Pleasant for a campaign for 2 weeks. So I had been laying ground for that.
Okay.
So they then came.
Yeah.
And my senior pastor friend was amongst the crew that came. And on the Sabbath that they'd arrived, they met, obviously because they knew each other.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised to say, but how come these people, there's some chemistry going on. What is going on? So soon after they're talking, he came to me and says, Pastor, I want to take you for supper. Nyary has invited us for supper. I said, no, you know what, man? I'm not going to that house. I mean, I'm actually interested in that girl. I just, because he was my friend, so I laid it out. I mean, I love that young girl, how natural she looked. For me, she kept a very beautiful afro in the days.
I see it's still
and
there.
yeah. So for me, I was saying, wow, gifted hands. I mean, she would sew. Actually, what she's wearing, she just saw it for herself.
Wow.
And I was telling myself, you know what? I can't ask for anything more than this.
Yeah.
So if ever I step foot into her house,
there's going to be a
I'll
problem.
make my intentions known. So he says, no. She's not married.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, man, I'm going to prove that tonight. So we went
So
to
you
her
went to
house
dinner with an agenda.
with an agenda, man.
So, like young ladies, whenever they take you out for dinner, you must know things are going to be said and done. Okay.
Well, she has stuff she did in preparation for the dinner. I'm sure she could share that.
Please tell us, what did you do? You knew he was coming.
I knew he was coming because I had been, because now to my friends, I had to make sure that I get the guy that I had said
Yes.
I'm going to marry. So I'd been inviting him for lunch and he was refusing.
Wow.
So now when my pastor friend comes, I say, no, come over for dinner.
Yeah.
Then he says, I'm going to bring my friend Brian. I'm like, oh, he's your friend. He's like, yeah. So I cleaned my house. Wow. I cleaned the walls. I
Get
cleaned
ready.
the curtains. I turned everything upside down.
Spot on.
I had my A game on.
Wow. So you came, hosted you, and then the rest, I can say, as they say.
I mean, the rest became history.
But you know what, Pastor? Young people out there want to know, how did you actually do it? Because young guys out there struggle with tips, and I guess you can give them some tips of this is how you actually, for the ladies out there, get yourself clean, get the house clean. But how did you actually propose to her?
Well, the truth was, for me, when I met her, like I said, I told myself, you know what, any chance given to me, I'm going for her.
Okay.
So I think maybe to the young man who is out there, you need to be sure of what you want. Be definite of your intentions.
Yes.
Don't go around wasting
about
time
the
and
bush.
beating about the bush. I mean, the truth is, we have a lot of other seekers on the round and
the
surrounding
suitors.
the same individual.
Yeah.
So for me, what I did was simple. When I went to her house, I knew what I wanted. I wanted to know whether she's engaged or not.
Wow.
So now the discussions obviously, unveiled the information. Once I knew that she wasn't engaged, I was old enough to marry.
Wow.
So I laid it plain to her, to say, but the best thing to do is sell yourself out. The pitch has to be high.
Yeah.
So I laid a pitch on that night because that was a first encounter of having to speak to me on personal basis.
This is not a prophecy seminar. This is a talk show for marriage. Laid bare. Why did you tell her? You remember the words or you can't remember them?
I can't remember the words precisely.
I remember.
But
Please do tell us. What did you hear? What did you hear?
So he says, ngiyakuzama.
Ngiyakuzama, okay. I like that. And then when that was Zamega now, you went to the proposal.
He was too good to be true.
Wow.
Because from the very first time, he's like, no, I want to marry you.
Wow.
These are my plans, and this is what I wanted to do.
Wow.
So I'm like, no, it don't sound right. I kept telling him that it feels like 2 a.m. You know when you're dreaming? It felt like that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So there you are. It took you time to accept, it sounds like. It took you time, but you finally said, yes, I do.
Yes.
But it looks like your courtship was very quick and you got married quickly. So how did you get married from that day onwards? Buddhist. You said you were ready, so how did you quickly move on and seal the deal?
Like she's saying that when I asked her out and laid out my plan, she indicated to me to say, this is too good to be true. You probably, she also had gone through some heartbreaks in the past years that were so terrible and tragic. And same applies to myself. I've also gone through some tragic heartbreaks, some that actually brought me down as in financially. Because there's a time in my life where I was almost fully established with businesses running, but I got into a relationship with some lady and she tore it all down So for me, when I was moving on into this relationship, the plan had to be definite. And the young lady had to buy into it or not. So in the plan, I had stated in the coming year, I will have to pay Lobola. After paying Lobola, I'll need to
settle down
by the end of the year.
Okay.
So because of that, even by the time when I engaged her, I pulled out an engagement. I'm quite sure a few pastors do that. But I pulled out a proposal, went on my knees and wow.
Oh, you really did?
I really did.
Wow.
And So in that, we then set out to say, you know what? On the 30th of June? On the 30th of June, we need to come to your house and we pay Lobola. But for her, it was still, this can't be true. This guy is
moving too quickly.
He's moving. Is it real or what?
So there you are. You get married. Tell us about your experience, Nyary. He says he was moving with speed here. He was sure he wants to do it. From your side, what's your experience of getting married, and how has it been so far? I want to hear it from you, and then I'll ask him to come in there. Take us from the wedding experience up to now.
Okay. Well, from the time we courted, I think it was 5 months. We only were in a relationship for 5 months before he married. And for me, it was just a testimony of how when something is initiated by God, what no matter, because I thought that this guy is too much. I don't think I'm ready. But because this was, I believe, a divine hookup, when God has come to a place where it says, this has to happen, no one can dispute it.
Absolutely.
So by the time I accepted that really this is my destiny, where God wanted me to be, where we looked at each other's visions, where we wanted to take our lives, and how we'd committed our lives to work in the ministry. I was very excited, like very excited. From the time I got married up to this day, I still wake up in awe to think that, you know, I have a whole human being
it's still
to myself. It's still to where I really feel like first I'm a spoiled brat of heaven, and just to say miracles really do happen. That the things that you pray for when you're a young girl, they really do come true if you trust and you believe in God.
That's a powerful statement, Nyary. Thank you so much. And to our viewers out there, the reason why we're interviewing this beautiful couple who are still in their honeymoon years is because we know marriage is a blessed institution. And blessed are those who find a partner to go into marriage with. And the Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and has found favor in the eyes of the Lord. And the reason why we're doing it is because this season or this seminar, we're basing it on the book that was written by Eunice Kemunto called Broken but Blessed. For every pain, there is a purpose. Please get in touch if you'd like a copy. She has been generous enough to give us a few copies for our people in Southern Africa. So please do get in touch with MelVee. We'll make a copy available to you. So Mfundis, yours is a blessed marriage.
Definitely.
I'm sure you're not broken by life. So tell us your experience being the head of this home and being a pastor. How has the experience been for you since you got married?
My experience comes from the vision and mission we set for the family.
All right.
I think it's one interesting thing that we set down to do, to say we will not get married without a vision.
Wow.
To say, why are we getting married? I mean, I'll wake up with you tomorrow. We're sleeping next to each other. And then what?
Yes.
Why are we even together? So ours is like she was saying, a divine hook up.
Yes.
That is ministry oriented.
Wow.
You know, that as long as there is that chemistry of the acceptability of a corroborated vision between the two people, then it makes things easier and better. When you then conflict, because conflicts do come.
Yes.
What then outstands is
the
bigger picture.
Yes.
You see, the bigger picture. I mean, we may argue, I met her when she was already a full-grown woman with
a career already.
With a career of her own, raised by different parents. I mean, we had also their own traits.
And instilled certain values for her.
You know? And I'm a son of a liberation war hero who also instilled his own particular disciplines. And if we bring those two things together without a common goal, then there's disaster in the home.
So you found a common denominator on your vision.
Definitely.
To be a couple. And I've seen some of the work you have done, and I would like to hear how you actually remain on the platform together, because it's very common. I mean, I've been married for 19 years. There are so many things that will sweep you off your platform. And you'd wonder, why did I even get married to this person? But what keeps me going is exactly what you're saying. If you know the reason why you are in there. And I always tell people, and to our viewers out there, marriage is not a contract with terms and references. It's a covenant. And when you say for better, for worse, you are saying when things are better, I will stay. When things are worse, I will stay. And you're not staying because you like to stay. You're staying because it is the right thing to do. Now, I would like to hear from you, what are some of the challenges you faced in your first 243 days that you would say were our teething problems? And this is how we've dealt with them. Maybe let me start with you, Nyary.
Okay. So I think in the first 2 months or so, communication was a big issue.
Right.
And because we both came in with expectations that were not communicated.
Right.
I was acting to the expectation of a wife that I was told before I got into the marriage.
And that he should know better.
And that he should know better. But also he had expectations of a wife that he was told before he came into the marriage. So I think by the time we got to the second month, we both were burning out from living out the expectations. So I think communication was our biggest problem of how to express ourselves to each other freely and independently as me, not as the person that I'm supposed to be.
So how are you dealing with that?
I think we are growing into it. As the days add on our counter, I have realized that the levels of communication even differ.
Yes.
Some things that I couldn't say in our first 10 days, now I can say them.
Yes.
And also reverse, I think.
And I guess both of you have to be willing to come to the table and say, let's talk about this freely without judging each other. Because the challenge is always when people start judging each other to say, why are you saying this to me? Who told you this and who's influencing you, who's behind you? But if it's an open communication, it's going to really work out. And by the way, 20 years ago, my marriage officer told me, and I think I said this in one of our previous sets, of the 3 challenges every couple will face, communication is one of them.
Yeah.
So that will remain a big one in your marriage going forward. What is your perspective? What are some of the issues?
The best solution we gave to the communication problem was to treat our marriage more of a relationship between myself and God. That the more open I become to God, the more, clearer He deals with me as an individual.
Yeah.
So the more open I become to her and reveal whatever is inside me and communicate freely, then she gets to understand me better. And we deal with whatever problems may exist between the two of us in a mature manner. And the solving becomes better. The other blow I think that we got, for instance, like she mentioned the issue of expectations. I want to say to the young people and the viewers out there, that don't enter into marriage with uncommunicated expectations. Those will definitely bring you down once you get in and you don't find them. And at the same time, she will come probably thinking at the bridal shower they would have told her, the man wants you to wake up early morning, prepare some breakfast for him and do A, B, C, and D. And possibly to me, that is out of thought. It's nothing that I'm thinking about. So she might burn out, working herself dead. By the time we get to sleep, she's all tired and all. So you also need to sit down, reveal the expectations that you have. We have childish dreams. Dreams of our youth. That this is what I want in my marriage. This is what I expect. Those things need to be communicated so that when they do happen, we both know why they're happening. When they don't happen, we know when to expect them, or they remain as dreams as it be.
Exactly. I'm actually quite excited as you say that, because I know in the next session, to our viewers and those who are watching us, we're going to move into the next section where Eunice, the author of this book, is going to be sharing with us how to deal with those big challenges that will come your way, and for sure they will come your way. Trust me, I've been there, I bought the t-shirt, I wore it, it's torn, 19 years in the field, in the trenches, as you say. So issues will come, but I can tell you, I'll wake up the next day and want to see my V, because it's a covenant relationship. So she's going to be talking about how to overcome some of these challenges we face. So don't go away when we cut this stream for this moment. So I want to wrap this up with you guys, and I want to know, the future is ahead of you. You've got a career. He's got a ministry that is running and changing lives. You guys are doing fantastic work. We sometimes sit at our house and we watch Friday night, you know, when you run it there, and your women's cooking classes and all of this. Things are looking up for you. But I want to know, in your strategic vision, looking ahead, where do you want to be in the future? Let me start with you, Nyary. Your future plans and what you want to do, and just share that with us.
Okay, because we're a ministry-oriented family, I see us in the future running like a full-time ministry where I forsake my career for God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So God is the big picture.
God is the big picture, definitely.
And the reason is really because we know this world is coming to an end.
True, we're living in the last days. So really everything else is vanity and futile. And our true existence in this life is that we may serve God. And also lies our happiness in that place.
Wonderful.
I think it's just, she has just outlined it well. That we both agreed. This is a divine setup that has to do with ministry. Our main purpose of existence as a couple is to impact the lives of largely the young people out there, because we're still a young couple, and pull them or influence them for heaven. We're trying to bring about that radical shift in how people do. I mean, it's no longer business as usual.
Absolutely.
People should get to know that
Yes.
our Savior is coming soon.
Absolutely.
And the point of call of saving humanity is from the immediate unity, which is the family.
Absolutely.
So we as a family, we were saying that little heaven
yes.
is possible on planet Earth.
Yes.
When you create a conducive environment within the family. And how is that possible? It will only be possible if we decide to work for God fully.
Absolutely.
And I mean,
Yes.
we've put it in his hands
Absolutely.
and said, Father, take the direction, take the lead,
Wow.
and take us wherever you want us to go
Yeah.
with these ministry plans and
Yes.
thoughts that we have.
Wonderful.
Yes.
As we wrap this up, I'm going to ask you to give us your final thoughts. And to our viewers out there, I mean, you've had this testimony. It's a beautiful unfolding story of a young couple, a divine hookup from heaven. I like that. On the divine voice out of Africa. MelVee. We're very thrilled and we're very excited. Don't go away when we hang up and we take a break for a moment. We'll be back shortly. But before we go, I want you guys to talk to the audience and tell the young people out there, the families out there, what is your take-home message today?
Okay. I suppose for me, to young couples that are married out there and to single ladies that are intending to get married, really marriage is showing your partner a part of who God is. Like when we come together and you say, I love you, from our understanding that God is love, what I'm basically saying is that, Brian, I God you, if I could say that. I want to show you a part of who God is, because his understanding of love is God. And when I say I love him, I'm showing him attributes of God. So come on the other side. Kumnandi.
Yes, Kumnandi. Yes, please. Thank you so much. I love that.
Yeah. I think we are happy for now.
Yes.
Very happy, and we hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
I wish to say to anybody who is listening to this, don't get married to someone that you do not know and understand. And for every young person, you ought to know that as you walk around and move around, whatever interaction you have, you are laying a pitch to any individual that you're meeting.
Yes.
You don't know who that person would be in the tomorrow. I'm trying to think, if my sermon had been not good on the 30th of January, someone would not have picked a husband out there. and if she had not been the young lady that she had been, who as she walked around, she always laid her pitch high.
Yes.
I mean, no G can Jill would just approach Nyary just like that, because the level and the pitch had always been high. So if you wish God to give you that very best that you desire, lay the pitch high. And you can only be able to lay it high with Jesus Christ on your side.
Amen.
And you will continuously stay blessed all the time.
You know, I'm so privileged to have met you.
Thank you.
I'm hoping one of the many years we will sit down again and recollect this experience. And to our viewers out there, this has been MelVee Marriage Seminars coming to you live from South Africa. We are on a series based on the book Broken but Blessed by Eunice Kemunto. Stand by, because she's coming in to bless us with personal experiences of how she has overcome her brokenness to realize her blessedness. God bless you and see you next time.